Welcome to Louis' Car Garage, and today I'm going to be reviewing my 2021 Vauxhall Corsa E. So I'll be showing you around this car, inside, outside, doing a little POV review on what it's like to drive, and giving you the rundown on whether I think you should buy it or not. So yeah, this is the top spec model. I think it was called the Elite Nav, and the unlock and unlock is because I've got the keys in my pocket. You get alloys all over, obviously. You get keyless entry, start stop, it's fully electric. You got folding mirrors. This is the passenger seat, which is set actually to all the way back. So that's the inside from there. And then you've got the rear. I will warn you, if you do have kids, this is a 360 swivel seat, and I cannot move this round unless this seat is all the way forward. So if I show you, so the only way I can rotate this is if that seat is all the way forward. And then obviously the little one's got a little bit of leg room here, but his feet is now touching the back of that seat, and he's only 2, so rear space is quite limited. You've got small door pockets here, and then you've got a door pocket here as well, so we'll put that seat all the way back, and then you've got a glove compartment which is fairly small in there. As for the boot, I've got my charger cable in there, but obviously you can see that space is fairly limited, so if you are going to be putting in a small pram, you won't, to be quite honest with you, unless you've got like one of those quite small travel prams, you'll get that in no problem, but the big chunky ones you won't get them in. So this is the first video that I'm going to be doing. Sorry, leg room quite small. I'm 6'1", 6'2". That's set in the all the way back position, but you ain't going to get many people in the back of this. Got Artifix points. There's no pan roof on this, and it's a silver colourway. So get into the driver's side. So I've got a door pocket here, which I've got my bottle of water. And when we get into the car, so yeah, just really quickly, I'll run down what the channel's about and what I'm hoping to achieve from this channel, and equally what we're going to be doing with this vehicle. So Louis' Car Garage is a POV predominantly videos that I'm going to be putting up on YouTube. I'm going to try and do one a week, depending on what cars I can get my hands on. This is my personal car, so that's why I'm doing the review on it. I'm using the Insta360 3S camera, which is actually quite good. So yeah, it's just going to be unpolished reviews. I'm not going to be editing, or I'm editing very small amounts. So if you want that true and realistic review, this is the channel for you. So if you do like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave some comments down below if you like this car, or you've got your own thoughts on the vehicle, or any requests for specific cars, and I'll try and sort that out when I can. So this car I bought back in 2021. It's fully electric. I've got a car charger at home. The miles on it should be 220 miles, but we'll go into the miles and how bad I think this car is, because I'll set the tone for you now. I do not like this car at all. I regret buying it. I am looking for an alternative at the minute, so if you have got anything that you'd recommend, stick it down in the comments below, and then I'll be having a look at what the recommendations are. It's a top spec model. I think it's called the Elite Nav or something similar to that anyway. So it comes with all the bells and whistles. So you get heated seats, heated steering wheel, rear camera, satellite navigation, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, although you do need to plug your phone in for it. It's got a fully digital display in the front. You get the tinted windows in the back, and yeah, that's about it really. Electric windows all around, electric folding mirrors. I don't think there's much else to it. So as soon as I switch the car on, so foot on the brake, press the start button, and I'll show you the key. So this is the key. So you don't put it in anything. Yeah, the car doors unlock for you automatically when you get close to the car and when you walk away from the car locks, which is really nice feature because I've not had that on a car before. So the interface is this basically. So we've got the digital screen here, which I've amended because I wanted the map on there, and it sounds pathetic and you've got two little maps on, but I like the map on here. That's quite easy to, and it's functionable. Is that the right word? The miles, that's how many miles I've got on the car, so 23,076. The miles of charge that I have remaining to use on the car, I've got a 103. Obviously that's where I am. Position, seatbelt, handbrake, what's the mph of this road, what I'm in because this car is fully automatic, and then how fast I'm going. I can change this screen, but I do just prefer this layout. So these are the sort of different alternatives that you get. This one's pretty useless, to be honest. So you get computer, saying got 63% of car charge, dials, which is just for that only, driving, which that does absolutely nothing, by the way. That car doesn't move, it doesn't give me any help. It's just a picture of a car with the miles above, so that's why I prefer this one. It's just a bit more interactive. It's green, so it's telling me the car's ready, so as soon as I can put this into drive, the car will be ready to go effectively. I've got a USB charger here, which I sort of dangle around here, and I plug my phone into it, but obviously Apple CarPlay, I've got an iPhone, but Apple CarPlay won't work unless I've got my phone connected, even though there is Bluetooth on here. You've got your button for your lock, audio, which has got a DAB radio, so you've got loads of different channels you can pick from. You get your satellite navigation, which is not too bad. I don't really use it too much. I normally use Waze or Google Maps when I connect my phone up. You've got your phone. This is your energy. This doesn't do anything. There's the picture, statistics, charge, and then connecting through to the car, and then this is just basic functions really. Heated seats, so they're not cooled, or it's just heat only, and then you've obviously got a heated steering wheel which I can flick on and off. So the one thing that I want to mention about this car, and obviously it being electric, is you've got different drive modes which you can see down here. Obviously there's the electric handbrake, so I'll drop the electric handbrake. So the drive mode, when you start the car, you're set in normal mode, which gives us 104 miles, but it gives us also heating facilities. So if I do want to put the heating on, it will warm up fairly quickly. Now if I drop it down into eco, I'll get slightly more miles, so I get 5 miles more, which is 109. It says on here, performance and thermal comfort is limited. So when you start putting your foot down, it's quite sluggish. There's not a lot of go to it unless you really put your foot all the way down, and then it will give you a poke. It is quite nippy, and it does pick up speed quite fast, but the caveat is that you will lose charge relatively quickly. The other mode that I can use is sport, which is a nice feature to have. I think it's more of a psychological thing as opposed to actually the car being any different. The only real difference in the car is the steering is a lot heavier, and when you put your foot down, it's an instant go. There's no sluggish power. But you can see when you see on here, you're immediately in the power gauge as opposed to eco. Miles wise, I should get 220-ish miles. I've had this car for coming up to 4 years, I think. Bought it in 2021, what are we in? 25 years, so 3-4 years. Yeah, the battery depletion is quite bad. So right now, if I leave it on charge overnight, so it gets to full, I'll get about 180 miles, and that's in eco, so I've got the benefit of more miles. So yeah, I have lost about 40 miles of range on the car, which is not great because I do find myself charging this car up at least every 2-3 days, and my commute to work is 20 miles up and 20 miles back, so 40 miles. And if I do 80 over 2 days, I normally find myself needing to charge it back up, because as soon as I start putting the heating on, it will start killing battery. The way that I do go to work, I've got some 50-mile-an-hour roads, 30, some 60s, etc. So the speed and the power that I'm using in the car does range a little bit, but the charge does go down quite quickly. As soon as you start going up an incline, or you start putting your foot down to get to 60 miles an hour, electricity in the charge in the car does go quite fast, so that's something to bear in mind. I didn't know that when I first bought this car, and I'm probably a bit of a novice at the time. I was just interested in having an electric car because I thought it was going to be a lot cheaper to run, and there is some upside to it because it is a little bit cheaper, but it's not as cheap as what you hope it to be. So it's automatic. I've got park, reverse, neutral, and then you've got D, which is drive, and B, which is regen braking, basically. So I'll always drive it generally in regen braking, which gives me the way of my driving at that point then is going to be just sort of one-footed. So if I let go of the accelerator, the car will automatically start braking, and it will just rebuild me some charging. So I'll put it into B for now. Put the seatbelts on because safety first, and let's get out onto the road. So the route that I've got at the minute is mostly sort of country roads because I'm going to be heading back home in a minute. But I can do some city driving. I will try and do a nighttime video of the car. It's got no ambient lighting in, which is really, really poor, really. And I know it sounds bad, but it's just a really small thing to do. It's just a little of string lights that they could just put in the car, and it just makes a difference. It just makes it feel a little bit more comfortable at night time, whereas when you get in here at night it's really dark and dull. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on my charge, and if you can make a mental note of what the mileage is on the car, and you'll see how quickly the sort of charge goes. So I've got 110 on the charge at the minute, so that's how many miles it's saying that I can use. And my mileage on the car now, we'll jump forward one, is 23,077, and we'll see how quickly that goes in the short journey that we drive. I'm going to try and keep this video a little bit short, just to see what the feedback is really. But you can see that on the instrument cluster you've got charge, eco and power. You've got two or three different colours on. So eco is green. As soon as I start putting my foot down, the power bit will light up, and as soon as I start letting go of the brake, like now, you can see the charge gauge goes up. So I said I'm driving in eco. I'm going to come to a 60 road shortly, so I will put my foot down and get to the speed limit just so you can see what power this car has actually got, and I will stick it into sport mode as well just so you can see the poke that the car's got, and we'll try and catch up to this car in front. Thank you. So immediately I've lost 2 miles. This car's not going very fast anyway. So I've just flicked it into sport mode now, and we'll see what we get out of it. It's a real shame really for this car, because I really do, when I was buying it at the time, I really like the aspect of what I was being sold of. You know, you get 220 miles, it's great, you'll retain those miles, etc. But actually, I've not actually retained any of it. The salesman was telling me that he used to drive to Wales and back in his Corsa E, and I'll tell you now, I've gone from Leicester to Nottingham, which is about a 20-mile journey, and I will lose 60 miles easily on the car, which is absolutely absurd. I'll go to Nottingham and back, and I'm coming back with a loss of 120 miles, so I'm having to recharge the car up, which is ridiculous. I think the way forward is definitely going to be like hybrid vehicles as opposed to electric. I just do not think the infrastructure's there, so I'll put a foot down. So we've gone from 110 miles to 95. 94. and we've done 2 miles since when I was initially parked up. Don't go. Good lad. Drop it down into Eco, and we've got 96 miles. We've done 4 miles since we were parked up initially, and we've lost 15 miles or so. And I know you might be thinking, well, you've been putting your foot down the whole time. I'll drive to the speed limit in most occasions anyway, but I'll do the speed limit now, and I won't be putting my foot down, and we'll see what we get. If you are obviously interested in this car, I'll do a little bit of research before you do buy it. I think Vauxhall Corsas and Peugeot and that sort of platform of cars are offering now hybrid cars, so it might be worth having a look and see what the hybrids can actually offer, because I think you're going to have, with this, I certainly have range anxiety. Wherever I'm going, I always feel like I need a full charge, just in case, I don't know, there's a 5-mile diversion on some road, or I get stuck somewhere and I need to go another way to come back home, whatever it might be. So I'm always conscious of having the car charged, just for those things that are sort of unpredictable, really. I mean, it's smooth, it's a little bit lumpy in corners. It's not necessarily expensive to run. MOT servicing and stuff is, I don't know, £300 or something like that for a service, 50-60 quid for the MOT. Touch wood, nothing's really gone wrong with the car, if anything. The only sort of gripe that I had a little while ago was someone reversed onto my drive and hit my car, so I've got a small dent to the side of the car. But other than that, I've not had any issues. Replaced the tyres not too long ago, which was around about I think it was £50 a tyre. I managed to get like a package for, I don't know, I think it was 180 quid for all 4 new tyres, which is like medium range, not budget, not high end sort of stuff. If you are looking for an electric car, just be conscious of sort of those wintry days. If you're going to be using the heated seats and the heating in the car, your battery will go down a lot quicker than if they weren't on. I mean, in this now, when it's in eco mode, you don't get the heating anyway, so I can put it on, but it will just blow out cold air. It won't be warm at all. It will just be cold. If I put it into normal mode, then it will give me the heating relatively quickly, but your sort of back, your charge changes. So if I go up into normal, I lose miles. So I've got 93, but I've got obviously the option of using the heating. It does make that sort of electric-y noise. If you're in a car park or small spaces, you can hear like that UFO-y sort of electronic noise coming from the car. The speakers are fairly decent in this. They're not too bad as long as you're sort of listening to stuff within reason and you're not got it full blast all the time. I mean, I connect my phone most of the time and just play whatever's on YouTube or podcast, so it's never going to be that loud anyway. But yeah, the speakers are not too bad. The interface for Apple CarPlay is quite easy to use and navigate. Sometimes it will disconnect, but you just have to try and reconnect it again. But it does happen occasionally, not too often. So I hope you like the video so far. This is generally what I'm going to be doing for the videos. Obviously this is the first video I've ever done, so I'll try and obviously get better with things at time. And if you have got any recommended cars, drop me a comment and I'll try and see if I can sort those cars from somewhere or be able to take them out for a little test drive for you guys. I'd really appreciate if you subscribed and liked the video if you liked it and you still want to be in touch with the videos that I'll be trying to make. As I said, I'm trying to keep away from editing, not because I don't know how to do it, but I just want to be able to give people the raw footage. There's so many reviewers now who edit things to the high hills and you don't get the real sort of review of what's actually happening behind the wheel. So this is a genuine drive and genuine UK roads and a real review from someone who's had the car, and my honest opinion on what I think about the car really. But personally my verdict on this is, if I knew this was the car and this is how it was going to behave, I probably would never have bought it in the first place. And I really regret buying this particular electric car. I can't speak for all of them, but the amount of issues that you have about charging the car up is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, now that's a big tractor. Yeah, so before we live where we live now, thank you mate, yeah, cheers. Before we live where we live now, I didn't have access to a car charger, and that's a fault of my own really, but the circumstances that we're in, we didn't have much choice. So I moved into a terrace house, didn't have a car charger, had to park my car about a mile away, and then my partner would have to drop me off or pick me up from the car charger. The car charger was absolutely extortionate. It was like 70p or something per kilowatt, which, if you don't know much about electric cars, probably cost somewhere about £20 to charge up, and that would get me like 2 days worth of use, which is quite a lot really, in terms of cost. The charger sometimes wouldn't work, sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. Sometimes there was people who didn't need to charge their car, like petrol parked cars were in the spots, so I couldn't charge it, and then I'm having to get a bus into work, etc. So it just was not convenient at all. Now that I've got the car charger at home, it's a little bit, it's more flexible and easier and cheaper, but still either way I've still got to charge this car up, you know, every 2 or 3 days. But that's my last verdict on the car. I think I'm going to hit like a road here and I'll put my foot down for a short while. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe, whatever else it might be on there, and I'll try and get you some more videos as soon as I can really. So yeah, thank you.